Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. How's everybody doing on this Monday? Monday. That's what it is. It's Monday. I know some of you guys were probably watching Mark Holmes' live stream right now, but it's all good. You'll see this when it uploads. But anywho, um, this training camp is full in effect. Today was the first day of padded practice. Cowboys getting it in. I was looking at some of the guys. Guys out there looking good right now. These wide receivers looking good. Randall Cobb looking like a guy that can definitely do some things for the Dallas Cowboys this year if he stays healthy. He's not just going to be a slot guy. He's not going to be just like how Cole Beasley was on the inside. Randall Cobb is going to do some things for us. Just some overall things. I like what I see out there. Dak Prescott throwing that ball deep and doing some things, and I'm loving the rapport that he's got with these receivers right now. It's awesome. Um, you look at this offense and some of the things that they're doing, and how Kellen Moore is trying to switch up some things and show some different looks so this team doesn't look obvious out there on the field, and these other defenses out here um, looking at the Cowboys and be like, "Oh, we know exactly what you're going to do." They're not going to be predictable, so that's one good thing I'm looking. Our linebacker core, you got your boy Jalen and Leighton Vander Esch out there looking good. Even Sean Lee's doing well. Um, Sean Lee is going to be that part-time type of player. Hell, they might even make him play special teams this year. Who knows? Um, I don't think Byron Jones and Demarcus Lawrence, they're not going to play much. Again, it's training camp, preseason. You're not going to see them in preseason games, but it shows that these young guys are going to get a chance to go out there and do some things. We had a scare yesterday, I think it was, with Tristan Hill. He got carted off the field. We thought it was something bad, but it was just cramps. A lot of these young guys, these rookies, when they come into camp, they don't know how to, get themselves right for training. It's their first time in NFL camp. They want to go out there and they want to go balls to the wall. You know what I mean? Like they want to press these coaches off break, but again, you have to do it the right way. You got to stay hydrated. You got to drink your Gatorade. You got to eat your bananas. You got to get your potassium in there to keep them cramps away. And because you definitely don't want your hamstring tightening up on you. That's one thing that you do not want to do. Um, this video, I really wanted to talk about. Cowboys made a move today, an interesting move at that. This whole thing surrounding Ezekiel Elliott not being in training camp, trying to get his contract. The Cowboys actually put an offer out on the table. They're waiting for his team to counter offer. But Ezekiel Elliott decided he wanted to go to Cabo to train while his team is in training camp. So he's going out of the country to Mexico. And why Cabo? Well, if you guys remember when he was on the 6 game suspension, he also went to Cabo. He was there um, during the 6 game suspension. Now he's there because he wants to go. Now, he was spotted in the Dallas area around the time the Cowboys first got to training camp in Oxnard, California, but he took a flight today to go out to Cabo. Now, why Cabo, you say? Well, I think his agent owns a home out there, so I think that's where he's chilling. And I think a lot of this is his agent talking in his ear, and his agent's name is Rocky something. But I looked him up a little bit. He's been doing the agent thing for a while, but he doesn't know much about the new CBA rules and the things that they're doing right now. So I think some of the advice that he's giving Zeke right now is not the best advice right now. And sometimes these players, they put all their trust into their agents, which you're paying them. They should be teaching you the right things to do, but I don't think that him holding out was beneficial to him at all. I understand that he wants his contract, but the way that the Cowboys run their organization, the way that this front office, the way that you get their attention is by being there and showing them that you care about your team. Um, Look at Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is out there. And he gets paid less than Ezekiel Elliott does. You know what I mean? He's out there getting paid peanuts. There's backups and backups to backups out there in the league getting paid more than Dak Prescott right now. And the only reason why Dak Prescott is getting 2.3 million for this year is because he played good enough to get that. But if you look at his regular contract and him being a fourth round pick and pick where he was, I think it's 134 or whatever. Um, I guess he got it tatted on him now, which is kind of cool. Um, at that draft position, you're not getting prime real estate when it comes to money. So, if anybody should be holding out, it should be Dak. But Dak looks at it like this: he's concentrating on being there with his troops. He's concentrating on being the leader and the quarterback of this team as he should. And I just agree that Ezekiel Elliott should be there as well. Again, there's other ways to go about it. You want your contract? Show this team that you want it. Show this team that you care. Show this team that you are down for what's going on. Yes, you can. You still have 2 more years in your contract. You're still making decent money. Get out there, show this team that you want it, and they'll pay you. It's simple. Jerry Jones, I don't always agree with everything that Jerry does, but Jerry put himself out there for Ezekiel Elliott. He went to war for Ezekiel Elliott. He almost lost the ownership of his team for Ezekiel Elliott. And this is how Ezekiel Elliott repays him by holding out. I don't agree with him holding out, but I'm not going to judge it either because, again, I'm not the one out there running between the tackles and things of that nature. But if it were me, I would have handled it in a different way. One, because I'm older and I understand things in a different standpoint, and I'm more about the communication. If it were me, I would have came to training camp, and after practice, I would have went in the office. I would have talked to Steven and Jerry and be like, look, this is where I'm at. This is where my agent is at. What can we do? I hear you guys bragging about, oh, you got the 5th-year option on me, and everybody's talking about Dak and Amari Cooper, but nobody's talking about me and my contract. So I get it from that standpoint, but if it were me, that's how I would handle it. And I guess because I'm literally a whole decade older than Ezekiel Elliott, so my mindset is on a much different level than where he is right now. But it is what it is. I'm not here to judge him. I'm just saying that there's a better way that he could have went about doing that. Now, because of the simple fact that he is in Cabo and he's not with the team now has to rely on their rookies, and then they have the veteran Darius Jackson. Of course, you got your draft picks, Tony Pollard and Mike Weber. But again, for training camp, you need your bodies out there. You need these guys out here competing. And to provide competition, what did the Cowboys do? They went and they re-signed Alfred Morris today. And I saw the news article and I was like, what? I thought it was fake news at first, but come to find out they did. They re-signed Alfred Morris. He's back on the team. I know some of you guys are groveling like, oh my God, what has Alfred Morris done? Well, you remember when he spent his rookie contract with the Washington Redskins. He torched us when he was with them. And the Redskins don't even have a line like the Cowboys do. When he got to the Cowboys in 2016 and 2017, and I'm going to go over some of his numbers too, but he was with us for 2 seasons. We had Scott Linehan as an offensive coordinator calling the plays. So I just look at that. Some of a lot of the miscues that we had was because of trash play calling and Linehan being very vanilla hand in that aspect. But I think that Alfred Morris still got something in the tank. Now, is he a Zeke? No. There's a lot of people that are not like Zeke. Zeke is a rare generational type of running back. Look, don't worry about it. All 3 of these guys are going to be signed. They're going to sign Ezekiel Elliott. It's just that now it's going to be prolonged. But you look at this move, what this move tells me is that this team is like, okay, well, you want to hold out? We're not going to wait for you, bro. We're not going to sit here and cry over spilled milk. We're going to get another player in here, take your spot right now while you're doing your thing, and we're going to continue with training camp and preseason. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to sit here and beg you to come back if you don't want to be here, this and that. We are going to do what we do. We are going to play our game, and we're going to continue without you until you decide you want to come back. And that's pretty much the Cowboys going to do. Like, Ezekiel Elliott really doesn't have a lot of leg to stand on. Yeah, he can say that, oh, I'm the bell cow. I am the straw that stirs your drink, which he is, and I agree with that. I love Zeke. I love Zeke. I do. And I'm not saying anything bad about Zeke. But the situation is, it's a business. And you get paid to do a job, you need to come to work. It's just like you and I. We all have jobs out here in these streets. You don't come to work, you're going to get fired. And somebody else going to take your spot. And that's pretty much what it is. They might not do the job as good as you, but that business still needs to flourish and that business still needs to get better. Me personally, if I was Ezekiel Elliott, you know what's on the line right now. The Dallas Cowboys are doing big things. They have made a lot of changes this offseason, and everything that they're doing right now, you need to be there with your team, period. Um, Jason Witten came back. You're looking at the star power that's going on right now. They made a lot of changes to try to get better, and I'm telling you, it's Super Bowl or bust because Jason Garrett gonna lose his job regardless if they don't make it. So that's where I'm gonna put with that. Now you look at Alfred Morris' numbers when he was with the Cowboys. He had in those 2 seasons he had 184 carries for 790 yards and 3 touchdowns in 28 games with 5 starts. So you look at that and you're like, okay, that's not very impressive. But okay, again, Scott Linehan was being very vanilla and in the way that he was playing the game. I think Alfred Moore and I kept wondering why they weren't, and that was when we had Darren McFadden too. But you look at Alfred Morris and it's like I feel like Alfred Morris should have been doing a little bit more. They could have played him more. They could have done more with him. I just don't understand why they didn't play him more. Because I think Alfred Morris he still got something in the tank, yo. I mean, he was drafted where he was. I think he was a third round pick for the was he a third round or a fifth round? I got to go back and look at that for the Redskins. I don't pay it. But those Redskin fans that follow me, you can tell me that stat. But anyway, as far as Alfred Morris go, I've always been a fan of him. He's a stand-up guy. He's the guy that Jason Garrett talks about all the time, the right type of guy on his team. And if he somehow makes his team, I guess Darius Jackson ain't got a spot. Now, I was rooting for Darius Jackson because, again, he's that veteran that's been back and forth on the Cowboys and other teams because he started with the Cowboys. So, I like those type of guys. Now, as far as Alfred Morris goes, I've always been a fan of this game. Like I said, he's not Ezekiel Elliott. A lot of people are not Ezekiel Elliott. But he's definitely solid enough to run behind this great offensive line that we have. I call it the Great Wall of Dallas 2.0, the 2000s version. So I think that he got something in the tank. Now, I know that Zeke's going to get signed at some point. Dak Prescott is going to get signed, and so is Amari Cooper going to get signed. And of course, shout out to Dak Prescott today. It's his birthday. Was it 25? I think. So yeah. So young guy doing his thing. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I guess he's considered a Leo like me because my birthday's on Saturday. So yeah, we have there's that Leo connection. I knew he was good for a reason. He's a Leo. Yeah. So anywho, that's all I have right now. Guys, let me know what you think about Alfred Morris. I know some of you guys are like, oh my God, why did we sign him? Again, you need bodies for camp. You need things to go. But Alfred Morris, we know, is more than just a camp body. He can actually play as well. He still got something in the tank. So let's not be crazy. And this is not a situation of us getting rid of Ezekiel Elliott. That's not the case. It's just that you need something to supplement while he's gone. Period. Because you can't rely on rookies. I don't care how dynamic Tony Pollard is. I don't care how great of a runner Mike Weber is. I don't care how hungry Darius Jackson is. You gotta have these veteran guys in here that knows what they're doing and been there and have some stats on the wall for a team. Because again, Alfred Morris, out of all these running backs, has the most touches of any guys that's here in the NFL because you got 2 rookies that never had played a snap in the NFL yet. So look at it from that standpoint. They're providing insurance. They're providing insurance for Ezekiel Elliott not being here. So that's pretty much it, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. Yo, thanks again to all my subscribers. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream that I did on Saturday when we were at Redskins training camp behind enemy lines. And those of you that are making crazy comments about why were we there and the things of that nature, I'm just going to explain real quick. Again, as a YouTuber, as it is my job to entertain you. That's why my channel is called E2 Blue Entertainment. It's not just, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to provide some entertainment and I'm going to make you laugh and make you feel good about yourself because that's the way I roll, y'all. You already know. So this is the reason why we get our information from there. I need to learn about other teams, especially in our division, because, again, I can't provide you with the adequate amount of content if I don't know what's going on with this team, this, that, and the third, because you're not gonna follow somebody, you're not gonna subscribe to somebody that's talking nonsense and don't know what they're talking about. And you already know how I roll. I'm gonna let you know what it is, and I'm gonna tell you this is what it is, and I speak straight facts, bro. I don't sit here and spew BS. I just don't do that. So again, we went to infiltrate. It was fun. We had a good time. Shout out to the Redskin YouTubers, Ed Oliver and Skins All Day. Those guys are really cool. I gotta go back and look at the live stream. I got a chance to talk to a old head veteran that was um, in the war, in the military, and he was just telling me about his experiences and stuff, and how real PTSD is, and how sometimes guys come out of the military and they don't get the right amount of medical attention and things of that nature, and it messes up their mind. But I mean, it was a really good conversation having with him. Granted, he was a Redskin fan, but it was a really good interview I did with him. So go back and check out that live stream I did on Saturday. It was very entertaining. I actually watched the whole thing over myself, and I was laughing at myself like I was watching another YouTuber. But I'm funny sometimes. But either way, yo. Thanks again, guys. Like, share, subscribe. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.